what was happening is we were looking for new artwork for Battle for Diratia, and we got scammed by an artist that we hired on Fiverr because he sent us basically stolen artwork.
So we needed a new cover because the other cover wasn't custom made. It was just a deal we had with Torbjörn, which was really cool. He was really kind to let us use his artwork for the few earlier version. But now we wanted something unique. Dalen decided that he was going to hire someone on Fiverr. For sure, I wanted Dalen to do it, which finally it's what happened. So I was right.
So we asked for a lot of quotes and compared similar quotes, what the artists could do based on their portfolios, and we chose one of the artists who answered quickly and seemed to have a decent portfolio. Let's quickly go into their portfolio. So you can see here a few images of what they can make. From what you can see from the artworks that they have shared on their Fiverr profile, they have very good, very interesting designs that they are able to draw, and we found that they probably could do our cover justice.
After 5 days, we got a little bit impatient because we wanted just at least a draft or just a general idea, just a text that explained what they're going to do or something like that. So we asked them if they had anything at all that they could show us after 5 days since the beginning of the contract. And they told us, we're going to send something ASAP, so as soon as possible. So we're like, okay, we're getting something tomorrow at least. And then they didn't reply for another 5 days.
As an artist and having worked with other artists a lot, normally doing a quick sketch and sending it to who you're working for doesn't take 10 days. But we already paid, so we said, okay, let's be patient and see what they come up with.
So on the last day, still waiting because, we were like, okay, so they've been working on it for a long time, so we were getting something. They told us they were on vacation and they needed an extension. And, we work with artists. We're used to it. I'm an artist too. Dylan is an artist. So we're like, maybe something happened. That's okay. We'll give them the extension. No problem. So we give them an additional 4 days. We're like, as long as the result is good, we don't mind waiting 4 days more, even if we're on a time crunch.
They said they were going to send an update soon. And that time they did deliver. So the next day they sent us their first version.
So at that point, they sent us this artwork. So it was already completed, which we found out to be really weird because we were waiting for a sketch or something that we can build upon together with the artist, as usually artists do. But they sent us just a finished artwork, which we weren't satisfied with because it wasn't the end result we were going for.
Just to be clear, what they sent us wasn't trash. The quality of the drawings of the characters was really good. It just wasn't what we were expecting, and getting a final artwork before getting any sketches or any work in progress really made us question ourselves. So we kept our comments as polite and as clear as possible, numbering them and making sure everything was clear and not too negative. We tried to keep everything positive. So we ended the comments that we had for the artwork with a question, which was, did you take multiple characters from some of your other artwork and blend them in together? We don't mind if it is the case. If it's not, and all those were drawn specifically for our cover, you are amazing. If it is the case, can you show us alternative options just in case we find characters that better represent our vision? And we would like to know if there's a chance for those characters to be reused for other artworks by some of your other clients. We had some doubts that these characters weren't made specifically for our cover. So they simply answered thanks for your update, we'll fix soon. Which didn't answer the question. So I asked again politely to answer the question. And the answer we got is, all the characters are my original work, sir.
Okay, so then they resend another version, and out of the 11 point that we made, they corrected 2, I think. So they corrected 2 out of the 11 point we sent, and we're like, okay, that's really weird. We asked for a recorrection with 11 points that were all really clearly written. Maybe it's just a language barrier, that's what we thought at that time. Correct as much as you can, or if you have questions about some of these points, just tell us what's the question. You know, we'll answer right away.
We asked again to do the correction, and since I use Photoshop a lot and I am myself an artist, I took their artwork and modified it to give them an example of what we're looking for. And they said, okay, I'm on it. So we waited another 2 days and they sent us this.
So at this point, we were really discouraged. We lost all hope. Sorry about the artist, but we were like, okay, this is just a joke and we don't have time. We already extended multiple times just so they could get more days, but every result was just so unsatisfactory. So we asked for the PSD file because Dylan could then take, the different character, re-put them in a different environment, change the color, change a lot of things, and, at least we'll be able to save it and, Dylan will be able to make something out of all these drawings, because at this point we still thought that all the drawings were theirs, and we're like, okay, so we paid for a few characters, but at least we have these arts for these few characters. That's better than nothing, eh?
They didn't send us the PSD file that we asked for. We asked for it again, and they sent us a PSD file, but with no layers, so it doesn't help. And after looking at it for a few minutes, I was like, hey, I recognize this character. Where did I see it? I started searching on Google for images, and within 2 minutes, I found this exact drawing, which is a Tengu that is the image in the Pathfinder book of Tengus. And I was like, okay, it must be an error. I compared, it's the exact same image, except they changed the colors. So at that point I'm like, oh no, what? We paid that person. They can't have done this, and we asked for a commercial license. So this means we plan on using this commercially, and they send us copyrighted material from Paizo.
Which is like, in the role-playing world, they're one of the biggest company. So it's like, you're not even stealing from something that is far away from what we do. Like, if they would have stolen from maybe an history book or, I don't know, something like that, we might not have been able to find it. But they stole from our direct competitors. And we asked for a commercial license. So we don't want to be sued by Paizo,
And we didn't look for the other characters, if they were copyrighted, if they were stolen from other artworks or not. Just having one character stolen from other artwork is clear enough. We can't use this. If they stole one character, they probably stole the others. And seeing how their process worked, it's probably the case.
We were really frustrated. We thought that we lost all that money. And Dylan then got in contact with Fiverr support, which were happy to cancel the order and get us our reimbursement, because you can't do that. You can't steal stuff and resell it through Fiverrs. We couldn't believe it.
and at that point we were in a pretty tight spot because we had to release the new version of BFD and we had no cover that we could use. So I sat at my computer and I did 24 hours of work in 2 days to conjure up a cover that could be used for BFD. And I think we landed on something that was decent enough, don't you think?
Yeah, what I will say is my initial statements still stand. So, I do think that the best idea was to get Dalen to do it. So I really hope that even through all this, the new BFD cover and the new materials is really fun. Please try it out. It's available online. It's a big sale that's going on at the moment, so it's going for $4.99. It is a wargaming / role-playing game hybrid. People seems to like it, so please go and download it if it's something you'll be interested in. So thank you very much for watching Goblins and Adventurers. Please leave a like and write in the comment what you like about the new cover or what you dislike. We want to talk to you and engage with you. That's super appreciated, and we'll see you in the next one.